Hello and welcome to Oweleketv. I am Confidence Oko.
And I am Wisdom Onyisi.
Thank you for joining us. And now the news headlines. House of Representatives denies NLC's claim of 100 million naira relief fund to National Assembly members. PDP alleges APC plot to disrupt governorship election petitions tribunal in Nasarawa state. Traders in Onisha's Bridgehead drug market demand autonomy in leadership selection. And in sports, Nottingham Forest excludes Emmanuel Dennis from 2023-24 Premier League squad amidst transfer speculation.
Welcome back. The Lagos State Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, in collaboration with the Michael Atobatella Foundation, has provided insertion tools to empower 100 students from each skills acquisition center, aimed at improving their trade skills. As part of their efforts to promote excellence in craftsmanship, the Michael Atobatella Foundation partnered with the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation to educate trainees from the Skills Acquisition Center in financial literacy. Additionally, they distributed tools such as professional hair dryers, barbing kits complete with generators and sterilizers, as well as sewing machines. This initiative aligns with the Foundation's focus on entrepreneurial development. During the 7th annual event celebrating this collaboration, Mrs. Oluyami Kalashowo, the Permanent Secretary of MWAPA, encouraged the program's beneficiaries to use these tools effectively to enhance their respective trades. She emphasized the importance of their professionalism, reflecting excellence, contributing to overall economic growth.
The federal government has issued a warning about the possibility of heavy rainfall that could result in flooding affecting approximately 48 towns in 13 states from September 13th to September 17th, 2023. The government's alert is primarily due to the expected increase in water levels of both the River Benue and River Niger, which could impact communities along these rivers, extending as far as Bayelsa State. Residents in these areas have been advised to take precautionary measures. This information was disclosed in a flood prediction report from the National Flood Early Warning System Central Hub of the Federal Ministry of Environment and was made available to the public in Abuja. The 13 states expected to be affected by this potential floods include Kano, Kebbi, Katsina, Niger, Kwara, Zamfara, Bauchi, Taraba, Borno, Adamawa, Yobe, Jigawa, and Gombe states.
Moving on. The House of Representatives has refuted the assertion made by the Nigerian Labour Congress leadership, which claims that the federal government provided 100 million naira to National Assembly members as relief measures. Christopher Onyeka, the National Assistant Secretary of the NLC, had asserted this in a statement released in Abuja. In response to this allegation, Akin Rotimi, the chairman of the House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, dismissed it as a groundless and lacking in factual credibility. Now, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Experience the acceleration of Oweleketv. Get the latest news from the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry to the pulse-pounding realm of sports. We provide accurate and up-to-date information, exclusive interviews with top political analysts that will leave you craving more. Our team of professionals delivers captivating contents from Nigeria and beyond. Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleke.tv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from the break and moving on to other news stories. Traders at the well-known Bridgehead Drug Market in Onitsha, Anambra State, are urging the state governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, to allow them to choose their leaders instead of the current caretaker committee imposed on them by the state government. These traders, operating under the banner of the Concerned People of Obogo, expressed their stance in a statement released to the press in Onitsha. They issued a warning of potential legal action if the state governor does not permit them to hold their own elections. The statement was signed by Emmanuel Ozemenam, the national coordinator of the group, along with Osita Sokuluchuku and Ozioma Okeke, who represent line secretaries and chairmen, respectively. They asserted that the management of drug markets in Nigeria falls under the exclusive purview of the federal government, with Onitsha's drug markets being no exception. The group noted that they had previously written to Governor Soludo in May 2023, expressing the traders' concerns but received no response from him. Consequently, they cautioned that if the state government does not grant them the opportunity to independently select market leaders within a reasonable time frame, they will have no choice but to initiate legal proceedings to remove the current caretaker leadership.
The Nasarawa State chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, claimed on Wednesday that the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, and government officials in the state were plotting to disrupt Thursday's section of the ongoing governorship election petition tribunal in Lafia, the state capital. Francis Orogun, the chairman of the PDP in the state, made this allegation during a press conference in Lafia. He explained that the APC and its members were attempting to create unnecessary tension to give the impression that the state was unsafe for the continuation of the case. Orogun called upon all PDP supporters to the state to stay vigilant and report any individual planning to incite violence or cause trouble to the security authorities. He also advised those involved in the plot to reconsider their actions for the sake of the state, emphasizing that any attempt to disrupt the ongoing tribunal proceedings will be met with resistance from the law-abiding citizens of the state. However, in a swift response to the accusation, Peter Ahamba, the senior special assistant to the governor on public affairs, refuted the claims. He stated that maintaining peace and upholding the rule of law had been a top priority for the state government. Ahamba expressed confidence that no government official from the state would be involved in any such plot.
Now moving on to other news stories. Senator Michael Nnachi, who was the People's Democratic Party senatorial candidate in the February 25, 2023 National Assembly elections for Ebonyi South Zone, has expressed his dissatisfaction with the tribunal's judgment that affirmed the victory of former state governor and Minister of Works David Umahi. Senator Nnachi has rejected the tribunal's decision, stating that he finds it troubling that the judges ruled in favor of Umahi in apparent contradiction to the relevant electoral laws. In his view, the three-man panel overseeing the case failed to deliver justice and disregarded the principles outlined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And in sports, Nottingham Forest has made the decision to exclude Emmanuel Dennis from their final 25th-man squad list for the 2023/2024 Premier League session. This move came after the Nigerian forward declined a loan opportunity with CSK Moscow in Russia, rendering him surplus to requirement at the club. It appears that Dennis is on the verge of a transfer to Turkey, with Adana Demirspor and Istanbul Başakşehir both having submitted offers for the 25-year-old before the Friday deadline. According to football transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, both Turkey's clubs have been instructed to present loan offers to Dennis, with the proposed deal covering 100% of his salary. However, Nottingham Forest has included Dennis' compatriots Taiwo Awoniyi and Ola Aina in their squad for the upcoming season. Awoniyi, who was Forest's top goal scorer last season with 10 goals, has continued his scoring form by netting 3 goals in 4 Premier League games thus far. He will lead the Forest attack along players like Callum Hudson-Odoi, Davok Origin, and Chris Wood. Aina, who recently joined the Forest on a free transfer from Serie A's Torino, is among the 11th defender registered for the season by manager Steve Cooper. Since his summer move to City Ground, he has made 3 appearances. Both Awoniyi and Aina are expected to maintain their places in the Forest Match Day squad for their upcoming game against Burnley on Saturday.
And on what's happening in the foreign space. The United Nations Special Envoy to Sudan is resigning from his position more than 3 months after Sudan declared him unwelcome due to disputes between rival factions that escalated into a conflict. In April, Sudan's army, led by General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, began fighting each other, leading to a severe humanitarian crisis. Over 1 million people have fled to neighboring countries to escape ethnic and sexual violence. During his tenure, the special envoy, whose name is not specified in the provided text, informed the 15-member Security Council that it was clear who was responsible for various aspects of the conflict. He also reported that both sides were involved in arbitrary arrests, detentions, and even torture of civilians, and there were allegations of extrajudicial killings. The conflict in Sudan began 4 years after the removal of President Omar al-Bashir following a popular uprising. Tensions between the army and RSF, who jointly staged a coup in 2021, escalated into violence over a plan to integrate their forces as a part of a transition to civilian rule. Despite efforts by several countries to mediate, none have succeeded in ending the fighting. General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan had expressed his disapproval of the UN Special Envoy, and supporters of Bashir had protested in front of the envoy's mission before the outbreak of the conflict. Sudan formally declared the Special Envoy persona non grata in June, and he had been working from outside Sudan since then. It's important to note that the United Nations stated that UN personnel cannot be declared persona non grata. And just before we go, we'll be joining Hadiza Galadima for Entertainment Tidbits.
Thank you, Confidence, and welcome to Entertainment Tidbits. Toyin Solomon, a young Nigerian man, has achieved a Guinness World Record for his remarkable feat of climbing the moon steps while balancing a football on his head. Toyin's journey to this achievement began after he walked an impressive distance of 60 kilometers with a football on his head from Amasoma to Yenogwa in Bayelsa State. Initially, some people doubted the authenticity of his story, so Toyin decided to prove them wrong by setting a Guinness World Record title. In his astonishing accomplishments, Toyin climbed a ladder while expertly balancing a football on his head. He successfully climbed 150 steps to reach the top of a towering 250-foot radial mast, all while maintaining control of the football on his head. Toyin dedicated 2 months of vigorous training, utilizing all his free time to practice until he was confident in his abilities. During the actual record attempt, he appeared unfazed by the steep ascent and completed the climb in just 12.5 minutes. This remarkable achievement highlights his exceptional skills and determination. That's it on Entertainment Tidbits. Join me again tomorrow. I am Hadiza Galadima.
And that's all for the news on Oweleketv today. But just before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. House of Representatives denies NLC's claim of 100 million naira relief fund to National Assembly members. PDP alleges APC plot to disrupt governorship election petitions tribunal in Nasarawa State. Traders in Onitsha's Bridgehead drug market demand autonomy in leadership selection. And in sports, Nottingham Forest excludes Emmanuel Dennis from 2023-2024 Premier League squad amidst transfer speculation. Follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to get top stories as they drop. Our website is Oweleketv. I am Confidence Oko.
And I am Wisdom Onisi.
Thank you for watching.